A new scheme to tackle domestic abuse is being rolled out in the north of England for the first time. The Inspire to Change programme tries to get men to ditch the tough guy stereotypes and help them to cope with problems without turning to anger and aggression. Our Yorkshire and Humber reporter Kevin Larkin spoke to South Yorkshire's Police and Crime Commissioner Dr Alan Billings.
Dr Billings, thank you for joining us this morning. I guess just to begin with, what proportion of domestic abuse offenders are likely to take up this programme? Because it's quite reliant on men having the will to change, and obviously not all men may necessarily want to do that.
No, not expecting really big numbers, but because, as you say, they have got to want to do this. And I think it takes a while before people realise that there's something about them that needs to change. So we've got to have willing people to do that. So I don't think it'll be significant numbers. Well, significant in the sense that these are people who, if we can get them to change their behaviour, that is significant.
And many people at home will say, why aren't South Yorkshire Police just arresting these men? South Yorkshire Police does seem to do better than the national average, but according to the data, it seems like it's pretty much 50-50 whether an arrest will be made for a domestic abuse crime. And I'm sure you'd agree that that's not good enough, is it?
Well, I think the police, we do encourage them to arrest, and certainly we want people to be arrested and removed from households if they're presenting a real challenge, a real threat to the people who are in that household. That may be partners, but it may also be children as well. So we want them arrested and removed as quickly as possible. That's why I say these people who will join this Inspire to Change programme are likely to be a very small number of people.
And you've touched on the numbers here, but there were almost 35,000 domestic abuse incidents in South Yorkshire in the year to March 2020. You've said the numbers won't be that high. Do you have a target for how much lower you expect that number to be going forward as a result of this scheme?
No, I don't think we have a target, because that would be wrong. Because if you had a target, then you might artificially get people to go on a course. We just want as many people as possible on the programme. And I think that if we're going to seriously tackle this question of violence against women and girls, then within the domestic setting, within the family setting, that's a key area. And if people can recognise that there is something about their behaviour, it's controlling, it's abusive. If they can recognise that, that's the first step we can have in them reducing that offensive, abusive behaviour. So it's an important and a challenging programme. It's funded partly by my office, but it's a partnership of all the local authorities in this area. That's Barnsley, Rotherham, Sheffield and Doncaster, a big partnership. And together I think we can make a significant difference.